today I'm going to go over InMotion Hosting for you. We're going to be focusing on the business class hosting, which is starting at $5.95 a month. So I'm going to go ahead and click there. And let's compare the different features. Not necessarily of the different plans, although because of the MySQL database allowance of only 2 for the launch one, I do recommend using their $7.95 a month, which is like $2 more or whatever. It's like, okay, these days that's less than like a bottle of water a month. But anyway, I'm not trying to sell you on that. I just that's my personal opinion. So let's take a look on the Power one. The MySQL databases. The reason I'm talking about that is because at least on my average site, I use some tracking stuff. I use WordPress, and I might use a couple other things, and they all will require MySQL databases. So you can see on the launch plan that the $5.95 a month, they only give you 2, and for most people, that's going to be fine. If you're a business, you're probably going to have more than one MySQL database just for the different like you might have a CMS like WordPress, and then you might have like conversion tracking for your opt-ins or for your sales and stuff like that. That's two databases right there, so you could be fine. But I can't really think of anything else to say about that. It's really up to you. I just personally like to have the option of a little bit more databases, but I never ever have used more than like 5. So 50 is kind of overkill, man. So it's just more marketing than anything, I guess. Because you're not going to be buying InMotion Hosting's offerings in order to resell stuff, so there's no reason to have 50 databases. Anyway, you can have 2, 6, or 16 sites on one account. That's whatever. At this level, the shared hosting, you only really want to have 1 or 2 sites on each account. But if you're looking to do a big scale operation and start up a lot of sites, especially if you're trying to build, like an SEO empire, so to speak, you want to look into getting different C-class IP hosting, where each site has a different C-class IP. You can hit me up and I'll answer some questions you have about that if you want. I'm trying to work on some content to give you guys about creating large networks that are actually quality sites and stuff, not spammy stuff. But anyway, back to the focus on this. InMotion has unlimited this, unlimited that, just like everybody else. Disk space and monthly transfer. You're probably not going to hit those limits ever. I mean, your site's probably never going to go past a gigabyte of storage unless you're storing videos and stuff. But if you have lots of videos, I'd store them on YouTube or one of those other services like Vimeo, because there's the social media factor there that you want. You want people sharing and talking about your videos. All right, so to make it easy, they have a premium website builder. I wouldn't use any website builder ever. I always just use WordPress, and I install a nice theme, and maybe I'll get a developer to tweak the theme so it's more to my liking. But I've never used a website builder. So if you're new, even though there's that web builder there, I still recommend you start with WordPress because it is the most powerful and it's the best way to start. And there's tons of free documentation and tutorials online and on Web Hosting Break even for using WordPress. So if you haven't noticed yet, I'm an avid WordPress user. Web Hosting Break is built on WordPress, and a lot of the best sites, in my opinion, are built on WordPress, and it's free. So you can install it on InMotion servers. So definitely a cool thing to have. Let's see. Yeah, they have top tier bandwidth, so that's cool. InMotion is pretty fast. Most of the customer feedback that has been posted on Web Hosting Break is from people who are saying that the servers perform pretty well. They do have a no downtime website transfer to help you if you're transferring from somewhere else, so that your site doesn't go down, because who wants that? And business class hardware, I don't know what that means. It probably just means that you're on a better a better data center than people who pay $3.95 a month or whatever for personal hosting. FTP accounts, I have no idea why you would need 1,000 FTP accounts, but I guess it's a cool looking number. But I mean, I just need 5 at max, for my team. E-commerce ready. All right, what do they mean by that exactly? Okay, so shopping cart software. You're not going to get shopping cart software unless you pay the $7.95 a month. One thing to point out is with other hosts like iPage and Fat Cow, you do get shopping cart software for the $3 or $4 a month that you're going to pay with them. But it does seem that although they have great features and good support and everything, I'm getting more feedback from people about InMotion's performance being pretty good for shared hosting than I am about the other hosts. So that is something to consider. They also have an on-staff design team. I haven't seen their work. I don't know whether I can recommend them or not. I'm very picky about designers. I do know that iPage and Fat Cow and Just Host, they all work with Design Fusions, and those guys are pretty good. I've seen a lot of their stuff even before I knew about iPage and Fat Cow. I was considering hiring them, but they're pretty expensive. I don't know if they have a special deal with iPage and Fat Cow and Just Host, but man, they quoted me a lot, so I was like, you know what, I'm doing this myself. I got Photoshop, got Dreamweaver, did it all myself. Google AdWords Specialist, you don't need that. You just there's a lot of training online that you can use instead of those guys. But I mean, if you want, you can outsource it to them. Email features, I'm not even going to talk about that because that doesn't matter to 99% of us. Okay, well I should. I mean, yeah, you can send emails from your .com domain name. That's pretty much the gist of it. 2 web builders, Dreamweaver compatible, yeah. So FTP, no problem there. Now, really important thing, it's WordPress compatible, no matter what you get. So, unless you're trying to start an online store, I can probably stick with the launch one. If you're going to need more than 2 MySQL databases, then you're going to need to go with Power, but Launch is pretty good. And also, I think you can find a free shopping cart software to install on your server, on your InMotion Hosting account, even if you get the Launch one, the cheapest. You don't necessarily need to depend on them giving you one, because there's plenty of free, good open source stuff. What else? Okay, so yeah, OSCommerce, Shopping Cart, CubeCart, ZenCart. You can get something like that and install it on your server. You don't need to depend on them. Google Checkout, well, of course, anybody can use that on their site. Shared SSL, you can use that for processing credit card payments. Merchant account available, they can help you get started up with processing credit cards. So that's kind of cool. They are a little bit business oriented compared to other hosts that I've talked about. And 2 versions of PHP available, 4 or 5. 4 is kind of obsolete according to WordPress. 5 is what most people are using now. htaccess overrides, that's useful for, that's a basic thing for rewriting URLs and stuff, making them search engine friendly. I'm glad that they allow that. What else? That's pretty much it. And if you're most people and you're just getting started, $5.95 a month is fine. You don't really need to go with any of these other ones unless you're going to need more than 2 MySQL databases. That's pretty much it. That's the bottom line. So let's see, limited $1 off per month. Yeah. So overall, pretty good host. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on them. I'm gonna have to get off of here. I'm approaching the 10-minute limit for YouTube. So I hope you got some use out of all my rambling. Again, the final conclusion is you don't need these more expensive plans. Just if you're going to get InMotion Hosting, you can go with the $5.95 a month. Alright, so let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to type in a comment in the box below. I'll leave a review of InMotion Hosting, anything you want. And look forward to talking to you soon. Peace.